trick that I'll share with you. I can choose a better way with every little thought I think. If I wake up with a bad attitude, I fill my mind with gratitude. I give thanks for everything with every little thought I think. I can choose to be happy, choose to be free, moment by moment. It's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think.
Hello and welcome. I am so glad you're here. I'm Beth, a creator-based coach with CMH Coaching for Life. I'm here today to help you and those you love create a life you feel grounded and at home in. Think of a life where you feel peace, love for those around you, and in a flow with just enough challenge to keep you happy and creating something wonderful. Sounds like magic, but it's not. You can create that life every single day. You can have a life full of love, excitement, hope, and creation. Our mission at CMH Coaching is to flood the earth with light through compassion, mindfulness, and hope. And I'm going to ask a favor of you. If you like what you see and hear today, think of someone you know that would enjoy and benefit from this message. Our mission is to flood the world with compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Share this with them. But for now, this is time just for you. So settle into whatever you're doing and enjoy this time with the girls, where we create that one awesome, amazing, perfect life every one of us is seeking.
What you thinking? What you thinking? What you thinking? What you thinking? You gotta watch your thinking. Watch your thinking. Watch your thinking.
There we go.
There we
Okay.
go. Welcome to A Creator-Based Life, the podcast for CMH Coaching for Life. I'm here today with my two besties. They're so great. Jacine Bonnet, a
Hi, guys.
very talented business coach and a creator-based coach, and Jennifer Drews, an exceptional hypnotherapist and a creator-based coach. And you guys know me. I'm Beth Bitsane Brooks, the author of The Creator-Based Way, and I've got this whole thing figured out today. The Creator-Based Way, this is the actual title, Create Your One Awesome, Amazing, Incredible, Perfect Life. There's a very long list of attributes for a life, but each word is very important. So this last month, our January theme was one, because our themes follow the words in the title of the book. This month, our theme is awesome. I don't know anybody who doesn't love awesome, right? One awesome. And then, of course, next month will be amazing. But this month, our theme is awesome. And we're talking about the second principle of creator-based coaching, which is I have within me light and truth, all the power needed to grow and progress. I got this. And that's going to directly come into today when we talk on the podcast. And then we have the first pillar of CMH coaching that we're working on this quarter, which is physical health. And it may seem a little disparate to think awesome and I have the power and physical health, but trust me, it is not. It's all one. Part of that is an announcement here, drum roll. Don't know if you could hear that, but it was a drum roll because the final Joy Retreat is pending. It's scheduled and we're doing it. And Jacine, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so it's coming up on February 19th at 2 p.m. Not Eastern time, Central time. And we are going to dive in. So join us because we want to hear your stories of joy.
We're doing stories. It's stories
We are doing stories because I think that stories build and they help each of us realize that just something a little different, because your story matters. Even if you think it's insignificant, it matters greatly. So because you don't know the experience that someone else is going to have when you share your moment of joy. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's going to be beautiful. So
Mhm.
join us February 19th. That's a Thursday at 2 o'clock Central.
Mhm.
We'll meet there. But Jacine, I just have to say, I really, really love your red shirt.
Ah, thank you. Me too.
You, you
Makes me
just,
happy.
yeah, you just rock it. Just rock it. I know anytime I wear red, I feel really confident. Does
Mhm.
it find it boost your confidence? It's like a power color.
It is. Yeah, it's a I just feel good in it. Yeah. Colors
Yeah,
matter.
I
Colors
feel
matter.
confident and powerful, like I can do it, you know?
And not everybody has the same power color. Like if you put purple on me, I want to shrink and hide and
Oh, funny, because I
like,
love deep purple.
oh, no.
And do you have a power color?
I do. It's yellow. If I put
Oh.
yellow on, I feel like everybody can see me, but also I don't have the coloring for yellow. So yeah,
Mm.
no, even like mustards don't look good on me. So it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
yellow, just yeah.
So what
Yeah.
about when you want to feel really confident? Do you wear yellow?
Or what color would you wear?
What color would you wear if you wanted to feel really
It's
confident?
not so much color, it's more of a style.
Mm.
If I want to feel confident, I put on like a collared shirt and a jacket. You know, it's like kind of
Mhm.
like that type of
This.
thing.
Y'all should have seen me this morning.
Like
I was not wearing
business.
this.
Yeah.
I was really comfy in my oversized sweats, you know? But no, when you want to present yourself well, so for you, it's a collared shirt and a jacket.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, my ultimate is a collared shirt that's red and a jacket.
Mhm.
My dark jacket. And it's just, it really helps me feel confident. I don't know exactly what the deal is, but it makes a huge difference. So we're talking, you guys know this week, we're talking about going from self-doubt to self-confidence and trust.
Mhm.
Shirt helps, and a great haircut helps, right? If you're having a good hair day, it makes a difference. But we're kind of talking more about what's on the inside. So it was all based in this quote that I found by Lao Tzu. He
Mhm.
said, "One who believes in himself has no need to convince others."
Mm.
And I got to tell you, when I started teaching Tai Chi this year, I really felt like I needed to convince others. Like when I stood in front of the group, I'm like, I need to know everything and I need to move it all perfectly and I need to be very convincing. Why? Because I had low confidence.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was full of self-doubt. I had invited a bunch of those cyclical thoughts, you know,
Mhm.
they go round and round in my head about why I wasn't as good as somebody else or why I wasn't as what they were going to need and why it wasn't going to be great and why they were going to think whatever it was they were going to think. Man, I just had it going on. Really had it. But it's funny because that was a little while ago, just over a month ago now. And now when I wake up on mornings that we're doing Tai Chi, my first thought is, oh, good, I get to meet with my girls and do Tai Chi.
Nice.
The difference is what we're going to talk about in the podcast. So, what do you guys do? Well, first of all, what's it feel like when you feel like you need to convince others? You've heard what mine was like when I felt like I needed to convince somebody because I really didn't quite believe in myself yet.
Mm.
What's that feel like in your life? That need to convince others? Or what is it? How does it manifest? I'll give you a hint while you're thinking. I put on my podcast voice, or what used to be known as my sales voice. Or
Uh,
when I was younger, it was my telephone voice.
yes. Yeah.
Was that confident, articulate? Yeah, I put on that voice. That's one for me. Another one is I get tension in various places in my body. I'll get some tension in my shoulders and neck or in my arms.
Mhm.
And I start talking faster and I start thinking faster. Yeah, as my thoughts speed up. I sounds like I hit something for you, Jen. What was it?
Yeah. No, I get kind of like a desperation feeling. Like
Mhm.
it's like a pushing feeling of like I have to prove my point. I have to prove that I'm competent.
Mhm.
I need my big words.
Yeah,
I need my
I call them 50-cent words.
50-cent words. I wouldn't mind if I had more letters at the end of my name, you know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need to convince others. What about you, Jason? I know you think about this differently because when we talk about confidence, you have a lot of innate
Yeah.
self-confidence.
Mhm. Yeah, that really is. But where I see it manifest, which is interesting as you were talking about those things, where I see it manifest is more in my family, where I'm trying to convince family members of something or to do something or to be kind or to whatever, come to church or
Yeah.
just,
It's going to
whatever
be
that.
come do it with me.
Yeah. And with family members, it's interesting because I put on my I'm very sure, I'm very certain, and I'm
Is it a power
right.
voice? Is it a power approach?
It is a power approach. Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't go over so well with my family. And so
I
I
agree.
I find I have to work at it constantly. So I've learned to soften and to give choice and to be okay with choice and to let them, right?
Yes, let them.
Let them and let me. But those moments when I am not at the top of my game and really maybe I want something so bad, I
Yeah.
get very direct and very pointed and of course you wouldn't argue with me on this. Like this, are you asinine? I mean, what is your problem?
What's
Like
wrong with you that you don't see
what's,
this?
yeah, and not kindly, it's like more, and using my intellect and using my intellect instead of using, um, the feeling part of me, the authentic part of me,
The
right?
authentic self, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where I feel it most. And
I
it
love
is a
that.
lot with my children, with my family. Yeah.
Yesterday I was talking to a friend and she was saying how she had had this experience with a kid, one of her kids, and they were just at odds, just like this.
Mhm.
I want you to do this, and the kid's like, no, I'm not going to, and I want you
Right.
to, don't want to. So she called her dad, and she's like, Dad, what do I do with this?
Oh,
And her dad said, "Do you?" He said he was quiet for quite a little bit. She said, and then he said to her, "Do you remember when I told you that you couldn't sneeze and keep your eyes open at the same time?" And she was really confused, but she's like, "Yeah, sort of, but you know." And
What
so
does
he's
this
like,
have to do with what I'm talking about?
I'm struggling with this kid who just doesn't know, what's the deal? But she
Mhm.
had to get off the phone, and she said she found herself as she's driving to her next appointment, proving that
Sneezing.
she could close her eyes and sneeze at the same time. And she still couldn't. And then the light bulb went off, and it really was a belief that she just was right. It was kind of a
Yeah.
prideful,
Right.
which is almost always rooted in fear and the
Yes.
not enoughness, right? And she walked her,
Yes.
but she was sneezy because it's hay fever going around down here. And every time she sneezed, she'd work on keeping her eyes open, and it could not be done. And then connected back to her dad that she still was a kid at heart, connected
Mhm.
then to her kid that she still was a kid at heart. And
Yeah.
this was a little bit of fear and a lot of power play, a lot of power struggle,
Having to
but
be right for whatever reason.
having to be right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so that having to be right is fake confidence and fake
Mhm.
trust, right? It's
Mhm.
not real. For me, self-confidence when I'm in the good place and trust feels like when I practice yoga and the yoga instructor says, relax into the pose. And you
Yeah.
just let go. Maybe it's not a painful pose, okay? You just let go and you just are 100% there and you find yourself stretching farther because you let go.
Mm.
It's a courage
Yeah.
move. Yeah, that you're willing to trust, in the case of yoga, that your body really will, and you're willing to trust your yoga instructor that your body really will stretch further if you're not pushing it.
Mm.
Back to that pushing, that sales voice, that body tension. One of my favorites, because it's so personal to me, is fear of not being her. There are so many influencers out there in the world that all of them look so perfect and do so
Yeah.
much. And when I get caught in that self-doubt cycle, it's fear of not being her, fear of
Mm.
not being skinny enough or smart enough or enough in some other way. And it manifests in self-doubt. Yeah. So we all have signs. Jen, did you have any other signs that you're moving into trying to convince others?
Mhm.
You've really put yourself out there a lot this year with being in front of people and leading and learning a lot of new things.
Well, I have learned about myself that I am not going to put myself out there unless I feel like I know what I'm talking about.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's like I won't just talk to talk. So it's like I know my stuff, so I'm going to say something. If I don't know my stuff, I'm not putting myself out there.
Mhm.
So
it's authentic.
I do a lot of, I don't know, maybe just not engaging for that reason.
I
Mhm.
think that's very wise. Yeah, just
Well,
wait. You have
there's a
something to say.
there's a scripture that always comes to my mind that it's a wise man that keepeth his tongue.
Oh, that sounds like a proverb.
It is a Proverbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A foolish
Yeah.
man something and a wise man keepeth his tongue. And I'm like, I'm keeping my tongue.
Very, very smart. Do you ever have inner critic voices running
Oh yeah.
to keep your tongue or that create self-doubt?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of things do they say?
Well, they do a lot of like my what is my oh my gosh, it left my brain. We worked on it. It's the you don't know enough. You need more
Oh, who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? You don't know enough. You know, you don't have enough letters behind your name. You haven't done X, Y, or Z. You have a name that you gave it to me, and I don't know why I can't call it up. Maybe because it's like
Imposter
activated.
syndrome.
The what?
Imposter.
Imposter. Yes, that's why I can't bring it to the forefront of my mind because it's so apparent right now.
Yeah.
Don't call it out. Yeah, imposter.
Yeah, well, that is the first thing that comes to me with who do you think you are? That's the mean girl in my head, and it's just imposter. She's calling me an imposter, but it's not true because I am who I am and I love being who I am. So it's not imposter. It's just being what you're called to be. Be who you are for real. And just coming into that and letting go, leaning into that yoga posture, letting go of the fears, and with the courage, all of a sudden your ripple effect magnifies, right? Because you're just showing up as you are. And I shouldn't even say just, you're courageously showing up as you are. And pretty soon someone else in your circle feels courageous to show up as they are. And it starts to magnify and ripple for the people all around you.
When I've been in groups and I've had that feeling, and I feel like, I have something to say, but I don't have everything to say, I'll say something because this is actually was taught to me, and it gives permission for everybody to be, I think, real. I'll just say something like, I don't know, but this is how I think about it. Does somebody else have something? It's like it opens up for people to give like, oh, well, I do it this way, or I see it this way. And
well, I don't know at the beginning because you're putting yourself out there to say there is more than one way to see this.
Yes. Or I don't have all the information. Can you teach me or give your perspective?
It reminds me a lot of Jacine's Help Me Understand.
Yeah, help me understand.
Help me understand what's going on here. I think there's a point when we have to say, I choose to trust.
Yes, there is.
I choose to trust that I am enough in this very moment. I choose to trust that when I get up there to do Tai Chi, that it's going to be what people need. I choose to trust. That gives us it empowers us, And then we get to be the creators, right? Because we have the light, the knowledge, the truth within us to progress, right? The power that we need to grow and progress. And when we choose that light, because when we choose to listen to the voices, those parts of us, the mean girl inside, whatever you want to call it, that really is not our highest self, and that is not our creator. That is not God talking to us at all.
Mhm.
And when we say the words, I choose to trust, and I choose to trust him
Yeah.
and be a, a pencil in his hand or an instrument in his hands, that's when that magic really happens, is it that's when I can lean in, at least, is when I make that choice.
Well, and just saying the words I choose,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
there's something that clicks for you because you move out of the victim position of
Mhm.
this is all happening to me and I'm not good enough, because all of this is happening. You move out of that victim by claiming your power and saying, I choose, you become the creator of that experience for what you really want to have happen. Now, how it progresses from there,
Right.
nobody knows. But the fact that you made a choice,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, is
Yeah.
really powerful.
Yeah, you're making the choice. And then again, like you said, we don't know what's going to happen after that. And we may not know what the very next step looks like.
Right.
But once we make that choice and we do take one step forward,
Mhm.
that's when we receive another little minor revelation
The next
on,
step.
that, okay, here, let's do this. Okay,
Yeah.
let's try this now. Oh, that didn't work. That's fine. You didn't
That's okay.
fail.
We know that one now. Let's move to the next one.
Yeah, you didn't fail. So it's really interesting because in our church we call it the sacrament, and they bless the bread and water and give it to all of the
Yeah,
congregation.
some people
And
call it Eucharist in other faiths. Yeah.
yes, yes. And so yesterday, the prayers actually have to be perfect, said perfectly. And they're given by these young men that are 16, 17, 18 years old. And this one young man was doing this prayer for the very first time. And he
And
just,
there's like 200 plus people in the
yes,
congregation when
there's
they
there's
begin to do
pressure.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to do it right.
They want to do it right. They don't want to feel embarrassed. They don't want to feel ashamed, and
Who
he
knows what the
he
stories
had
are, but there are lots of
right.
thoughts.
He had to say that prayer 4 times. And I noticed after the last time that he was saying the prayer, he paused, right? The
Yes.
first 3 times, the first time he just said it, the second time he just blah, 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 again, the third time, blah, blah, blah. And then between the third and the fourth time, he took a pause. And
It's a
I was like, oh, I bet he gets it now, right? He took that pause to take the breath and to join with his creator, with God at that moment, to say that prayer the way it needed to be said. The cool thing about that is he chose not to say, forget it, I can't do this,
He
right?
chose to move out of the victim.
Yes, yeah, he chose to move forward and say, okay, I can. How am I going to, right?
Yes,
And
how?
it was a really cool experience to be a part of, and to honor him afterwards and just say thank you. It really helped me personally through other people's mistakes. A lot of times we have learning, and
Yeah,
I really paid attention to the words. And so often, because we do it every week, I
yeah.
just hear the words and don't really pay attention. But this, because he said them 4 times, it gave me great opportunity to focus on the words and why they were important and why it was so
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yes. And really connecting the
Mhm.
power of breath, right?
Yes.
It's incredible. I know we have talked about Everett Constantine's BFF, be your own best friend,
Mhm.
by breathing, taking a breath. And then when you're in a stressful situation like that, he recommends breathe, feel what's happening in your body.
Mhm.
And I know that works really well for me to just feel what's happening with my feet or the temperature of the air or just something. Feel what's in my body, feel what's happening in my chest. And then his suggestion is find your feet.
Find your feet. Ground
Find your
yourself.
Yeah,
Mhm.
breathe, feel your body, find your feet. And a situation where there is self-doubt,
Mhm.
just that first breath, it opens the door to yet, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yet to be able to do it again. And then feeling what's happening in your body and in your feet brings you out of your head, back into your body, and you're able to perform whatever it was you wanted to perform after
Mhm.
that. What you got,
I
Jen?
add I add something onto that.
Yes.
Yeah, because you find your feet, and
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
it's the saying of where am I? I
Mhm.
am
Oh, I
here.
know this one. I am here.
I'm here, and it's like I feel my feet.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
What time is it? It is now.
Yes.
It brings
And
you
you're right
present.
in
Yeah,
space.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yes. There's a
I've
third
done.
one there with that. Where am I?
I've always just done the two. I've never done the
Okay.
third.
Well, the what time is it? I tell you, my brain runs on clocks all day long. And I can't tell you how many times I've had that sudden panic. Oh my gosh, what time is it? And so when I hear the what time is it, it brings me right back into me.
Well, and I
That's
have to say, because my brain will say, "Oh, it's time to do this, it's time to do that." I'm like, no, what time is it? The time is now. It is now.
right. And I might have to argue, it's 2 o'clock. No, what time is it?
It's
It's
now.
dinner time. No, what time is it?
It is now.
Now.
Now. Come back now into this present moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
Now.
the time it's now. It's totally now.
I like that. Yeah.
Well, we had several different suggestions in the Monday morning inspiration of ways that we can move from confidence or self-doubt to self-confidence. What
Mhm.
do you guys use? I mean, I know this is the women can just read the email, but what
Yeah,
works best
great.
for you besides the red shirt? Because I just love the red shirt. Yeah, what do you do when you need that extra boost?
It's really interesting. So again, business coaching. Um, we had doctors, believe it or not, guys, even though they're well educated, they have confidence and they have imposter syndrome, just like
There's
you.
been
Even
human
though they
beings.
know and they're amazing and they do these great things, they still have this imposter syndrome. So one of the activities that I loved to do with them, especially if they were younger and they didn't have the confidence, it was just go into a room and do a power pose. Some
Yes, I
sort
love
of
the power
power pose,
poses.
but you got to hold it for 2 minutes, and it seems like forever. But
Yeah.
2 minutes, and what they did is when they scanned the brain after that 2 minute part, it was really your body was in one with your brain and saying, yes, I am confident. I know what I know. I know those x-rays are what they are. I
Yeah.
know I can diagnose what's going on, right? So with a doctor, but you think about in your own life, maybe I have to go into a situation that I'm uncomfortable. It may be a family situation. It may be maybe I have to talk to my teenage son who like it totally just messed up at school again. And I don't want to be the mom that's like on him, right? So I'm going to go in with confidence, but not overconfident. So what would that power pose look like? And they talked about the different power poses could even be like some that are not power poses is when you're like
Well,
shrunk in. You're
So
shrunk
not.
in.
We all
Like this is not a power pose. This is, and you can see many men sit like this.
yeah.
They're
Everything's
open,
open. Their legs are
right?
open. Yeah, everything's open.
So it could be you're sitting down, it could be something you're standing up, it could be do this, and holy smokes, guys,
my
you can't
Superman. I love
I
the
know.
Superman.
yes,
Yes.
Superwoman,
Uh,
you
yeah.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
whatever it looks like. But yeah, just try it. That
No,
really does help confidence.
what I'm thinking of, Jacine, is because we if we do our body certain ways, our brain will follow. Like that's why when hypnotherapy, after we've done something, we tell everybody to smile and then laugh because it will then produce the endorphins, and
Mhm.
it will then like anchor that whatever you just did. So the
Yeah.
body can does that. So I was just kind of thinking about, like, if I was to go and do a power pose and have to hold it for 2 minutes, the
Mhm.
thoughts that will be going through my head is like, I look ridiculous. I'll
Yes.
probably start laughing, which will change my
Uh-huh.
state. So I'm
Yes.
like, make it not so serious. So I'm just kind of thinking, I'm going to try this the next time I feel less confident about something, and just
Uh-huh.
be
Yeah.
ridiculous with myself.
A sense of humor is a really powerful thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
It really
Because
is.
my power poses are pretty exaggerated.
And it should be. I mean, go into a bathroom stall, wherever, go into your closet. I don't care. Just do one, Maybe that toddler, maybe you just need power for the rest of the day, right?
Maybe, maybe.
I, I got to deal with this 3-year-old. Oh, my stars, for how many more hours before bedtime?
It can get crazy. It
And
can
it
get
doesn't mean power over.
No.
Right? That's not what this is all about. It's not to have power over someone. It's to
Mhm.
feel empowered and one with yourself and with your creator, that I can do this. I'm not an imposter. I've got this. I'm a good mom. I just need a little added energy to fix this
A little
today.
bit extra, just a
And
little bit
I
extra.
Yeah, and I know my teenage son is just gonna sit there and look at me like I'm like, the dumbest person in the world. How can you even think this, right? So I need that confidence when I go in and talk to him, right? Whatever it looks like, guys. It's the same thing, but it's not different. Same feeling, different circumstances.
Another thing that really helps me is being in community with other people who are on that growth path.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a huge, huge difference to hang with people who believe similarly, but are just the next notch up in their growth, you know? Um, and just to be surrounded by that kind of energy really helps my self-confidence because I
Mhm.
can see, oh, maybe I can. I get hope from that, right? Maybe I can get there. But what about when it's cold and flu season? What about when you've just been knocked down hard by a bug and you don't feel good
Mhm.
and you're coming out of it? Where do you find your confidence?
Man, I
I
struggle.
have to be careful with that, because when I get sick, I get I get really kind of doom, gloom,
Into
negativity.
the pity party.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just being aware that that will be my pattern when I get into that, when my physical body doesn't feel good. Then I can say to myself, "Oh, there you are. I recognize this. Let's
Oh, there
just
you are.
Netflix and we'll be okay. Let's just wade through this." So sometimes
Where's
just
the
the
electric
awareness,
blanket? Let's just get comfortable.
yeah, just the awareness sometimes is enough for me, and I'm like, I'll be
Yeah.
better on the other side. Yeah,
Mhm.
Perspective, then. That
yeah,
awareness gives you perspective,
yeah, yeah, absolutely. But it's been something I had to explore and understand about myself.
curiosity.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I could totally see that. Because I know when, like me too, when I don't feel well, or even if I don't feel bad, I just feel less energetic,
Mhm.
real easy for those downward slide thoughts to kind
Mhm.
of into place. But
yeah.
the pattern, the one that we use all the time with coaching, is it kind? Is it true? Is it helpful? Helps
Mhm.
me with those. And Jen, your pattern of, oh, here's my old, oh, I remember you,
Yeah,
and just calling it out for what it is and extending some extra love.
yeah.
That makes a difference. But one of my favorite things that I'll console myself with is Albert Einstein, who is a real hero of mine,
Mhm.
mainly because of his love for the violin, but
Yeah.
just a hero for me. His belief was that the most important decision we ever make is whether we live in a friendly or a hostile universe. And
Oh,
so a
wow.
lot of times and it goes right with the creator victim, right? A
Yeah.
lot of times I'll think to myself, now, is this a hostile universe? Is this a friendly universe? I know I live in a friendly universe. I mean, in my core, I know that.
Yeah.
And so recognizing that process and saying, I don't believe in a hostile universe. I believe in a loving creator. And that's where I choose to live. Again, choose to, right, JC?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Any other great ideas? Anything else you want to share about moving from self-doubt to self-trust or self-confidence?
I think too, like you were saying, recognize where it is in your body.
Mhm.
And, something that Beth is really good at doing is helping people release that from their
Mhm.
body. So it doesn't have to be on repeat over and over
Oh,
again.
it's remarkable when you release it too. It's just such a literal thing.
Yeah, because our bodies hold on to those emotions. And even though we we've moved on, right? Whether it's a sickness or whatever, or a traumatic experience, even though we've moved on, our body is still storing and remembering that. And it's really important. There is a way to release it, and there is a way to turn it over to our creator and have it removed from us so
Yeah,
that
and
our body
with
remembers it no more.
patterns of behavior, that's what I've been working on lately, is
Mhm.
releasing things for a pattern. For
Mhm.
years, we would take all the kids, go to church on Sunday, come home, and we'd leave early because, of course, we had things we needed to do before the meeting started. And we'd stay late because, of course, we had things to do afterwards. And so by the time we came home, about 6 hours had passed. And we would come in the door, ravenous wolves, and make it straight for the kitchen. It didn't matter what was there, everybody was eating. It was
Yep.
just like, I mean, imagine there were 11 of us, 10 of us, because Troy was never home the same time we were, but 10 of us in the kitchen, everybody's starving. And we did that for years and years while the kids were growing up. And it wasn't until maybe 5 years ago that I realized that pattern of behavior that I had created because I would walk in the house and I'd go straight to the kitchen.
Mhm.
It didn't matter if I was hungry or not. I'd go straight into the kitchen and eat. It just every single time. I'd been
Mm.
out, I'd been
Mm.
whatever, I'd go eat. And when I started to work on the patterns that I had created over a lifetime of choices, it's been really powerful. And I believe we create patterns of self-doubt the same way.
Mm.
If this, then this, just from past experiences, and we can release those things. Yeah, yeah, it's a big deal. Really cool. So one of my favorite phrases that was in this particular email was, our hearts were in the right place, but our behavior hadn't caught up yet.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, and I didn't even think it when I wrote it. It just, I was telling Jen this morning, this just spilled out. It was like a 5 minute spill out,
Yeah.
but it was the right thing to talk about. And so it was just inspiration for me. But our hearts, and for me, I think so often my heart is in the right place, but my behavior doesn't quite catch up.
Mhm.
And that's persistence, right? We keep doing hard things. We keep forgiving ourselves. We keep loving, self-compassion. Have you got any experiences like that where your heart was in the right place, but your behavior just hadn't quite caught up yet?
A
All
lot.
the
A
Say
lot.
again?
I'm like all the time. I mean, like,
Yeah.
Well, it feels like it's part of being a human being, right?
absolutely, yeah.
Permission to be human. Yeah. And I think that's so
Human.
important when we are working with other imperfect human beings as well, is maybe, that God looketh upon the heart, right? And if
Yes.
we are striving to become more like Him, maybe we can learn and we can practice looking first of all on our own hearts, and then we can start to look outward onto other people's hearts. And
Yes. And if our hearts
yeah,
are in the right place, we are successful.
yeah.
We just are.
And
It all comes out of your heart.
I think this is a nice place to insert how you talk. permission to be human. I'm learning
Yep.
how to catch up my thoughts, my behavior with my heart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. My heart wants so much better than my behavior shows, you know?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay because that's what growth is, and we're in a continual growth pattern. So if we are a little self-doubt periodically, if we are a victim periodically, that's okay.
Mhm.
Just climb back up, stand up, and move back in with whatever tools we want to do. Community is huge. So you guys consider Coaching Clear, coming to be with the community, or come to the Joy Retreat, get to know some of the people here. I know time is your most precious resource, but I can promise you it is worth your time to hang with people who are growing, and especially people who are growing in the creator-based way. It's fantastic. Speaking of which, tell us about book club. Oh my gosh, I was so in love with the choice.
The choice. Yeah. Well, we are moving on this month to a book. It's a story called The Music of Bees. And
The
it's
music
a
of bees,
the Music of Bees, Bees. Yep.
like bumblebees. Okay.
Bumblebee. Yep. And it's a story about I think it's I haven't started it yet, four unlikely people who have had traumatic experiences that learn to come together and help each other out. And this beautiful music that they make together. Just
Oh,
like
I have to read that one.
so yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to dive into it. I know like the first character that they talk about is a 19-year-old boy that was in an accident and so he's in a wheelchair
Mhm.
and struggling. It's been recent. It's been
That's a
like
big
just 1 year. Yeah. So that's
And
the first character.
And
Mhm.
I think what it centers around, though, isn't the woman that kind of brings them all together, a beekeeper. That's why.
Yes. she's a
Okay.
beekeeper. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah. So she advertises for help, and
Yes.
that's where these people come. That's where they
Yeah.
all kind of have a reason to
I'm gonna have
connect.
to go get that book. Yeah.
I'm
Boy, that's-
excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So that's one great place for community. Come to book club. It's Thursdays.
Thursdays at 1 o'clock Central Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we can get you started.
Mhm.
So this for the Joy Retreat. I keep wanting to say Jubilee. Just join us for Jubilee.
It is Jubilee. Jubilee.
Jubilee
Yeah.
is really great. It's just joyous. Just join us for Jubilee on the 19th of this month. It's a Thursday afternoon, 2 o'clock. And come back and join us again for the podcast. And feel free to contact us. Feel free to leave a message on the recording, whatever it is that you want to share or have help with, because we're all in this together and we may as well support one another. It'll make life better. Yeah. So thanks for coming, y'all. And we will talk soon.
I can choose to be happy, choose to be free, moment by moment. It's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think.
Hey, thanks for joining us today in A Creator-Based Life. I hope you felt that compassion, mindfulness, and hope you came seeking today. You can find more of it at cmhcoaching.com or on Linktree/cmhcoaching. Of course, any social media outlet, we're there too. Because you felt the benefit and light in this message, please invite those you care deeply about to join us. Help us to create a ripple effect across the globe of compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Then we can create a creator-based life together. Have a great week, y'all. We'll talk to
Dude,
you
I just
soon.
fill my mind with gratitude. I give thanks for everything, with every little thought I think. I can choose to be happy, choose to be free, moment by moment. It's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think. Whoa, day by day, I pave the